Once again, man, it's Kimar coming to you all the way live. Your favorite country cousin, your favorite Mississippian, and your best friend. Welcome back to Mental Shampoo, an audio experience plus more. All right. I'm glad that you guys are able to check out the very first introduction piece, if you will, the preface. We're going to do this thing like an audio book, if you will. All right. So we're not calling them episodes. Oh, no. We are going to start a trend. We're going to make this thing marketable. And we're going to consider these things to be chapters. That's right. Chapters. So, again, a quick explanation as to what mental shampoo is. If anyone did miss the introduction piece, mental shampoo is simply a way to wash or renew the mind, lather up the things that we are quote unquote used to, things that we lived by, right, and learned about, but now we are unlearning and relearning. We are new people, and we're becoming new people on a daily basis. And so, with that being said, that is what this experience, the mental shampoo, the washing of the mind, the renewing of the mind is going to be. It's about life lessons that I've learned over the years, as well as stories that have been shared with me from peers, associates, as well as strangers over the years as well, that I've learned from with their life experience. So let's get into it, okay? The chapter 1, Streetz is Watching. Streetz is Watching. That's what we're going to call this one. Streetz is Watching. A wise man once said, he said that smarten up. The streets is watching. That wise man being the billionaire, the guy that we know and love, most of us anyway, always been in my top. Listen to this guy real early in my childhood, Jay-Z. One of my favorite albums is The Blueprint. And Jay-Z said that from his record, Streetz is Watching. So I'm going to break that down. You never know who's watching you. You never know who's watching you. Okay, I'm going to share this quote with you that I came up with. The first part of it, I got to shout out my partner out there in Houston, Texas. Went to high school with this brother. Solid guy. Love you to death, man. Chris Tinsley. Salute 5 to you, my guy. He told me back in 2015, 2016, somewhere in there, my boy was like, keep your hands moving, Kimar. I see what you're doing out here, man. I'm liking what you're doing. You're not far, bro. Just keep going. Keep your hands moving. All right, so this first part dedicated to my bro. And the rest of it, honestly, I came up with it this morning. But it reads, keep your hands moving, but don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. However, various pairs of eyes are watching the movement of your hands, so be mindful of the way that you move. All right, I know y'all probably heard the saying, dance like nobody's watching, or practice how you're going to play. In other words, stay on your toes, stay ready so you don't have to what? Get ready. I know, I know some of y'all know that phrase and whatnot. So yeah, man, keep your hands moving, but don't let your left hand know what the right hand is doing. However, various pairs of eyes are watching the movement of your hands. So again, be mindful of the way that you move. I have a couple of stories, not going to hold you long, based on the chapter's title, The Streetz is Watching. 3 of those, I'm going to share 3 stories. And so the first story is, I'm going to go in order, chronological order, on how these things happened over the years with me. God really be looking out for you, boy. I can't say how grateful that I am in enough words. There are not enough words to express it, but always have an attitude of gratitude. And so the first story I'm going to talk about, I was living in Atlanta, Georgia at the time, and I was able to meet so many people. I know one of my friends, she asked me, she was like, why you like Atlanta so much? And I was like, I think because I was able to meet so many people in such a short period of time, and I've gained such a great deal of support from people that I didn't know for real, more support than I gotten from folks back home that I've known for years, so me being able to move around the way that I was able to move, meet other people through other people because of similar interests and common groundness, right? That is why I have a great affinity and love for the city of Atlanta in the Peach State of Georgia. But the $100 blessing. Let's get into the first story. I'm not gonna say her name because she likes to remain anonymous when choosing to bless the people that she blesses. But this was probably the year 2016, 2017. I'm fresh in the city of Atlanta. Quite frankly, I'm staying on the floor, on the couch of my frat brother's apartment. God bless you, dog. He really helped me out in a big way when I was getting myself together before getting my apartment situated. But I was working little odd jobs, man, and you know, I was working at a jewelry store at the time and a kiosk in the Cumberland Mall. So I had two little gigs. It was enough to at least keep food in my stomach and gas in my car. Very little room to like do extracurricular activities, if you will. Like I say, food in my belly, gas in my car to get to the different events that I was able to get to for the freebie. So yeah, the $100 blessing. This particular event was going on, and these people that I'm referring to right now, they are big, big now. They were big back then, but like they are big, big. They hanging out with some of your favorite artists and whatnot. And I'm proud and happy to see it. That lets me know that I'm not far to what I want to be close to. All right, Mental Shampoo. So I interacted with the young lady. In short, I'm gonna kind of go backwards. I interacted with the young lady at the event. We were happy to see one another. And after about an hour or two of the event, I got cashed out $100. And the fact of the matter is this: like, she didn't know how much money I had in my bank account, but I believe I probably had $2 if I wasn't in the negative. And I wasn't gonna see a paycheck until like a week or maybe a few days later. And so for her to be able to bless me in that way, I was grateful for one, and it's like I felt like she just knew. I felt seen, as some of y'all be saying now. I felt seen, man. I ain't gonna say I was broke, because broken can be fixed, but I was limited with my finances. I was very limited as to what I could do with the money in my pocket. And so being blessed with that $100, man, it was a beautiful situation, and I'm forever grateful. How I met this young lady, actually, uh, was through a mutual friend at another event in Atlanta, Georgia. It's so easy to connect in Atlanta, and that's another great way, another reason as to why I love the city so much. We kicked it off. We kicked it off pretty heavy, pretty strong when in our first interaction with one another. She then blessed me to meet some other people and we eventually partnered with events and whatnot. So shout out to her, and we remain pretty tight till this day. So I'm happy to see that. Happy to been a part of her journey and her be a part of mine. The story number two: free haircuts. Free haircuts. So shout out to this guy. I'm gonna go ahead and say his name. He actually cuts for a lot of your favorite celebrities. One in particular is Grant Hill, cuts the legend, NBA legend himself, and many others. Chris Webber, a lot of NBA folks, and this brother has accomplished a lot over the years. But I have a web series for some of y'all that don't know. I have a web series called Working Woman Wednesday, where I interviewed various women who are doing great business and great work within their communities. So it wasn't just about the beauty that they hold physically, but the beauty within their minds and the work ethic that they have to do the things that they do in business or in their community or even just personally becoming a better individual. Jet Magazine actually inspired that web series because a lot of people focus on just the beauty of women, but I wanted to take a look internally and see what their hands have been up to with their work. This story here, I had interviewed one of my good friends, Miss Christina. They call her Schemo. And this brother got a hold to it because I tried. I'm like, how does brother even find my video? Then I saw that him and Schemo were actually following one another. And my boy got in my DM. He say, man, haircut on me, bro. I was like, word? So, I pull up to the barbershop, and I'm talking about, it's called the Musa Layer. I'm hoping I'm saying that correctly. The Musa Layer. And so I get to the barbershop, very nice barbershop. Y'all know the barbershop vibes. The sports is on. Everybody is talking shit for the most part, cracking jokes. Beautiful experience. One of the best barbershop experiences that I've ever experienced in my life, for real, for real. Now, my boy was like, "I'm gonna get you in a minute. I'm gonna have such and such to come and come wash your hair and everything, and then we'll get to it." And then I got my hair washed. Her and I, and actually, the person who was washing my hair, her and I actually had a great interaction. She's actually done work with the sneaker ball out there in Atlanta, Georgia. And to keep the ball rolling, she introduced me to another young lady who's also doing great in business. So I mean, the relationships just keep rolling, and it's amazing who knows who. You never know who knows who. All right. So that's why I say be mindful of the things you do with your hands, no matter who's watching, because you don't know who's watching. So after I get my hair washed, I get back to the barber chair, and my boy was like, "Yo, keep doing what you're doing. You know, I saw the video that you did with the Working Woman Wednesday. I like that. I like that a lot." You know, I was like, "Oh," I'm like, "That's how you found, And he's like, "Yeah, bro, keep doing what you're doing. I just had to. I wanted to bless you with a free haircut and just tell you that myself to keep doing what you're doing." And that blessed me, man, because a lot of times you don't feel like you're being seen, on Instagram or whatever social media platform you may see, or you may post something and you don't see as much engagement or interaction with what's going on with your posts. But the fact of the matter is this, and I've been told this myself, man, Kimar, keep doing what you're doing. I know I won't be liking everything, but I see you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I get texts, I get calls, maybe something. I be getting DMs sometimes. It's crazy. We in 2021 right now, and it's like, oh man, I still remember what you told me back in 2015, 2012, and I'm like, damn, like people really are paying attention, even if it's not being seen physically. You know what I'm saying? So keep your hands moving. The streets is watching. So that's my free haircut story. Third and final story that I got for you, the Uber ride. After building Working Women Wednesday, I did 2 seasons. The second season, I got blessed. I wanted to raise about $800 because building this stuff was not free. Long story short, after campaigning on the internet, I was able to raise about $1,300. So I exceeded the limit that I wanted to raise. And after season 2 came out, Slutty Vegan was opening up. So this is, I think Slutty Vegan now has been open since 2 years now. So yeah, January 2019. I know it's gonna be packed. Slutty Vegan was literally about 3 to 5 minutes away from my house that I lived in Atlanta, Southwest Atlanta. And I'm like, I'm not gonna drive over there. Like the hype of this and seeing how the food truck, how well it's been doing. I can't drive my car over there because I'm gonna be ended up walking them out to get there. Let me just Uber there. All right. So I hit the Uber pool, and what goes on is I get picked up first. We go around the corner, not too far from where my house was, and we pick up a young lady. All right. And she gets in the car, okay? And she recognizes who I am. I spoke, I was cordial, asked her how she was doing, and then she kept looking at me. She kept looking, and you know how you can feel when somebody's looking at you. And so she was like, "Excuse me, but like you look familiar." I said, "Oh, yeah?" I said, "Well, I be somewhere everywhere in the city. We probably bumped into each other, at an event or what have you." And she was like, "Nah, like I've seen you like on the internet. Like, don't you have like a show or something, working something?" I said, "Yeah, Working Woman Wednesday." She said, "Yeah, that's the one." She was like, "I've been watching you." She was like, "That's some really good stuff." Did not know this lady. I did not know this lady from Eve. You know how they say you don't know nobody from Adam, with her being a female. I didn't know her from Eve. So that was beautiful to see. Those are three stories that I lived through, three experiences that I lived through that I feel like God was able to show me that what I'm doing is beneficial. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to let y'all know, man, like, look, you're not far from what you want to be close to. You just got to keep your hands moving. Practice how you're going to play, because at the end of the day, you're going to have an opportunity to play. But you have to know the game in order to get in the game. Just keep building your brand, keep building your name. Like Dame Dash say, only thing I got is my name. And hustle for your last name. With this right here, this microphone, I feel like I'm the king of the microphone. Like when I was younger, I always knew what I wanted to do. I always knew that I would do something dealing with my voice and with the microphone. Now we just got to build this thing out. Now I don't have to necessarily worry about getting a spot on the radio. Now I can build from the ground up with my ideas, have complete creative control, right? And make this thing happen. Mental shampoo comes from my mind. Again, if you tapped into the introduction piece or the preface of the experience, you would know that I'm more so popularizing the term mental shampoo. I've been saying it since 2015, but again, I want to pay homage to the person who I first heard, and the only person I've heard say mental shampoo, and that's a brother by the name of Great Scott McKenzie, who's out of New York. The brother disappeared from social media. He was heavily active on Twitter, and I remember him tweeting saying that he was going to eventually get away from social media as a whole. And he stayed true to that word because I cannot find the brother. So again, I just want to salute to that guy for allowing me to adopt the term mental shampoo, allowing me to popularize it, and allowing people to resonate with it. Again, we want to unlearn and relearn. We want to wash away the ways and the thinking of old and get some new thinking going on so we can live newly and freshly. All right. So that's that, man. The streets is watching. You never know who's watching you, ladies and gentlemen. You have to stay, you know, dotting your I's, crossing your T's, because you are one person away, man, from that big break. Like invest in women, my brand. I've been peddling this brand, saying invest in women since 2013, 2012, 2013. I flipped it into a brand in 2017. Years in the making. Mental shampoo, years in the making. And real quick before I go, this is the last thing I promise you. Shout out to my boy Tommy, man, Dr. Tommy, a fellow Tougalooan. Shout out to Tougaloo College as well. I saw my boy after 6 years at Fourth Avenue, and he say, "Man, bro, I've been waiting to see you." I'm like, "What you mean? What's going on?" We dapped each other up, the dap hug situation. He say, "Man, bro, I'm upset, man." I say, "What's up, bro? Talk to me." He was like, he say, "Mental shampoo." No, he's like, "I got two words for you." He say, "Mental shampoo." I'm like, "Okay, yeah." He say, "Man, I was rocking with that, man." He say, "You had something with that." He was like, "What happened?" I said, "I ain't gonna lie to you, big bro. I got discouraged. I didn't feel like enough people were supporting me. And so I just kind of let it fall by the wayside." And then he was like, "Bro," he said, "you got something with that." You know what I'm saying? He was like, "If you don't do something with that, we're going to have an issue." I say less, big brother. So shout out to my guy, Dr. Tommy, man, for really putting the fire on my ass to make something shake with this whole situation. And that's what really inspired me to even make the podcast. Well, not podcast, to make this experience. We marketing different. So again, thank y'all for tapping in to chapter 1. The Streetz is Watching. All right, of Mental Shampoo, an audio experience plus more. Again, it's Kimar Kane coming to you all the way live, your favorite country cousin, your favorite Mississippian, and your best friend. And we will see y'all on the next episode of Mental Shampoo. Again, real quick, if you're not following your boy on Instagram, it's Kimar Kane, Ki.